What did that joker just say? Hi, my name's Damien and I'm the sledgehammer that smashes down English language barriers. In this listening series, we focus on 3-word clusters that are used all the time. The problem is, in real life, these 3-word clusters are unrecognizable to how you usually hear them in the classroom. Now, the cluster at the start of the episode was a couple of. That's right, a couple of. When people use fast speech in conversation, sounds get squashed, sounds get squeezed, and sounds even get murdered. This is called the jungle. Find out more about the jungle in this video. That's what my gorilla friend here represents. So, what do you do? Practice, of course. By the end of this video, you'll know how to hear and say 10 common English clusters. Onto the clusters. You'll need some paper and a pencil. I'll wait. Come on, go get some. Don't be lazy. You know you want to do this. This is how it goes. I play some dialogue from a movie. You listen and try to write down the 3 missing words that make up the common cluster. Then I reveal the answer, explain what's happening in the jungle, and then get you to repeat the 3-word cluster with me, because it's good to get a bit of muscle memory involved. Are you ready for some ear pain? Cluster 1.
Look what I did to this city with a few drums of gas and a couple of bullets. Look what I did to this city with a few drums of gas and a couple of bullets. Look what I did to this city with a few drums of gas and a couple of bullets.
Okay, what's happening in the jungle? Let's slow it down. A couple of. And then when the joker says, it becomes a couple of. So, changes to a schwa sound, which is and then also the sound in couple becomes a schwa, so it becomes a cup, and then the at the end slides off and connects up with of, and of has become the schwa sound as well. So lots of schwas there. So let's say it together slowly and then quickly. A couple of. A couple of. A couple of. Cluster 2.
I don't know.
Number 2 is a very common expression, I don't know. And the jungle, all the work is happening in the 2 last words, don't know. So with don't, pretty much you lose the and t sound, they both get murdered, and the sound changes into a, so it becomes ida. And then we at the other one we have no, so it becomes I don't know. I don't know. Okay, let's say it one more time slowly and then quickly. I don't know. I don't know. Cluster 3.
Here, is it possible that you can assist us? Here, is it possible that you can assist us? Here, is it possible that you can assist us?
In cluster 3, with that, the final sound gets murdered, so it becomes that. And then you get the weak form, so it becomes y. And can also has the schwa or weak form, which is ken. So it becomes that you can. And now let's say it quickly together. There you can. There you can.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
In cluster 4, you get the weak form of which is and then lotta gets separated. So lot, and then the T sound changes into a D sound and then links onto the very weak form of, which is just a. So it becomes a lotta, okay? So let's do it slowly and then quickly. So repeat after me. A lot of. A lot of. And then the quickest. A lotta. A lotta. A lotta. Cluster 5.
I don't think you're gonna make it. I don't think you're gonna make it. I don't think you're gonna make it.
In this cluster, the main change is with the final sound in don't. It becomes very hard to hear the T. So let's say it together. Slowly first. I don't think. And now quickly. I don't think. I don't think. I don't think. Cluster 6.
And that's where it gets complicated. And that's where it gets complicated. And that's where it gets complicated.
In the 6th cluster, you can see the T sound in that becomes more of a D sound. And also we have the intruding sound of R that links up where it. So let's say it together. That's where it. That where it. That where it. Cluster 7.
This one got me into a bit of trouble. This one got me into a bit of trouble. This one got me into a bit of trouble.
In number 7, you see we can have the weak form of again, which is and then bit becomes bit, and the T sound changes into a D, and once again links up to the very weak form of. So it becomes a bitter. Let's say it together slowly and then quickly. A bit of. A bitter. A bitter. A bitter. Cluster 8.
I got a ride. I got a ride. I got a ride.
Once again, the final sound of got changes to a D, and then it slides over onto the front of the very weak form of to, which is and becomes I gotta. So let's say it together slowly and then quickly. I got to. I gotta. I gotta. I gotta. Cluster 9.
This is very weird. It's the sort of thing that happens in dreams, not in... This is very weird. It's the sort of thing that happens in dreams, not in... This is very weird. It's the sort of thing that happens in dreams, not in...
In this cluster, we get the weak form of the, which is the, and then once again, our old friend T changes to a D, and then links onto the preposition behind it, which is its very weak form of So it becomes the sorta. Let's say it slowly and then quickly. The sort of becomes the sorta. The sorta. The sorta. Cluster 10.
And I suppose you see a piece of this for yourself. And I suppose you see a piece of this for yourself. And I suppose you see a piece of this for yourself.
By the time you've listened to this final cluster, you can probably see the pattern, which is if the final sound of a word is a consonant and the first sound of the next word is a vowel, then that consonant will link up to that vowel sound. So once again, you can see that happening in this cluster. So we have the weak form of which becomes and then we have piece, that the final sound of s links up to the weak form of. So we have a piece of. So let's say it slowly, a piece of, and now quickly, a piece of, a piece of, a piece of. How how'd you go? Leave a comment below saying which cluster was the most difficult for you to hear. So what's some general listening tips we can take from this activity? Well, there's two main points. One, the function words, prepositions and pronouns get messed up the most in the jungle. And two, if you can actually say a cluster, you're more likely to be able to hear it in the future. There's that really strong link between listening and pronunciation. Also, remember to like, subscribe, and ring that bell to keep up to date with all my latest videos, particularly if you're interested in some more listening cluster challenges. And remember, start taking your English mask off today.